but it didn't feel like a career. And then when I was in university, or just before university, sometime during university, a couple of movies shot in my hometown, and I went to get a job on them. I was going to work on the crew and learn about, being in the movies. And I remember my job interview was this guy with a cigar. I mean, like, come on, right? And he was like, pay is shit and you're gonna get yelled at a lot. I'm sorry, there's no kids, right? The pay is crap and you're gonna get yelled at a lot. Do you want the job? And I was like, yes, I do. I really do. And I learned very quickly that I did not want to be on that side of the camera. I mean, I always wanted to be an actor, but I learned a lot, and I learned a lot of respect for what everyone on that crew was doing, how hard they're working, and what they're bringing to the creative process and how much they're nurturing it. So it was a really good experience.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my wife and I were huge fans of Tamsin, and your guys' chemistry up until you became a couple. And our thoughts were kind of like, what did you think about how that kind of happened, of how it kind of weakened Tamsin after you guys became together?
Or maybe you don't think it did.
Well, weakened Tamsin or weakened the relationship?
Tamsin, because she's got all needy and clingy and not really badass anymore.
It was discussed, actually, because what worked so well about their relationship was that it was so adversarial, but also so respectful. But she had feelings, and that's what happened. So it was just, that was the story that was told.
It's interesting to see the different sides of these characters under different circumstances.
It is. I mean, that's not something that you would expect from Tamsin necessarily, but she fell in love.
Yeah.
But good question.
Hey. Sorry.
That's okay.
I have a cold.
Do you want some water?
Take your time.
Ask
Take your
question.
time.
You're from Canada. I'm from Canada. Sorry.
Do you want to tell the person behind you so you can say it a little quieter, and then they can repeat it for us? Thank
She
you.
wants to know where you think Canada's going in the way it changes, in the way that they make TV now.
Well, that's a very good question. I think that Canadian television has, I am from Canada. I grew up watching, I don't know if you're from Canada, so you might remember The Littlest Hobo, which was
Forget the beachcombers.
And the
Beachcombers.
Beachcombers. I mean, but The Littlest Hobo was about a dog who helped people. How Canadian is that? When we came up to do season 1 of the show, my husband, who's American, was watching some Canadian television, and he said, "What is it? Is that a real show? Is this a real show?" Yes, Seth, it is.
Canadian shows seem like the kind of shows that would be on 30 Rock as pretend shows.
As pretend shows. I agree with you. But I do think Lost Girl was the beginning of a wave of Canadian television that all of a sudden, the first season I kept hearing, your show doesn't look Canadian, your show looks so American. And I said, thank you.
And that was actually part of my question.
Yeah.
Because Lost Girl came first, and then a couple years later we got Orphan Black that hit really big, with help from I guess BBC America and stuff. So I was just wondering, in that direction, where do you see? Do you think that Canada should go make more genre stuff, or do you think that you would see more non-genre stuff coming out of Canada?
I think the playing field's pretty level now. I think Canadian television can be any kind of, could be a genre show or not. And the stories that are being told on Canadian television now are incredible.
As you say, it's an international market.
It is, and the talent there has always been amazing. I don't know what it was about Canadian television that had a very unique kind of earnestness to it. But
What could it be? Canada?
my husband still jokes that we wear acid wash jeans.
I think an interesting point is raised, though. I think Lost Girl was sort of a watershed show in many ways.
It really was.
I wonder, do you guys get recognized in that way?
No.
Yeah. Get it out there. That was my plan.
No, but I, when people would say it looks American, I would say, well, it's Canadian. So this is what a Canadian show looks like now. And I was really proud of it.
Yeah.
Well, like, what was one of the funnest, most memorable, like, moments in Lost Girl? Like, what was, like, the most funnest parts and, like, most memorable that will stick in your memory forever?
Oh my God.
Are there scenes, are there episodes, are there even interactions that you had in that span of time that, to you, sort of encapsulate what it was to make that show?
PG-13,
the thing about making television is that it's a real community of people that come together. So, and you go through a lot. We became so close. We went through so many things together as people. Helping people through hard times. I mean, we were a big, big family, and that feeling in me is always going to be there. I mean, I'll never have that experience again, and I shouldn't. I mean, it was so unique and very specific for that time in my life. So I'm friends with everyone from the cast. I think that says a lot about our show. I stayed in touch with the crew. And so there's really, to pinpoint one thing, I mean, the first season was so exciting because we didn't know what we were getting into. And so we had a lot of fun. And the first season too, we had a lot of Creature of the Week kind of episodes. And the show kind of got away from that after a while. But the Creature of the Week stuff was kind of fun because we were like, oh, it was like we were learning about the Fae. So I don't know. There's a great question. I wish I had like really specific things for you, but it's the whole package. It's the best I can say.
That's a very good answer.
Hi, so I was just wondering, out of all like the weapons or artifacts that like appeared on the show, was there anyone that you like fell in love with, or was you were able to keep? Or
Yeah.
Well, I have my dagger, the one that goes on my leg. I have that in my closet. just
When you
high
wear
enough. High enough so my son can't reach it. But I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I still actually have a fight stick that is in my living room at the moment. Because my son does play with that. That was going to do some damage. I don't know. There was all kinds of cool stuff. Our props department was so inventive. I loved the book, all of Trick's books, and I loved Trick's lair. I always loved doing scenes in there because there was always cool stuff that we got to play with.
Cool.
Hi. My question is, since Zoe Palmer's on Dark Matter now, is there any chance of seeing you on Dark Matter?
Write your congressman. It's the only way.
Start a campaign.
That's how these things get done.
Yeah, Zoe's on it, and so is Anthony Lemke, who was on Lost Girl as well. I don't know if the right role was there and it could work. I would love to do it. I don't know.
Well, we'll rally. You guys, tweet at Dark Matter. Get Anna on it. Yeah.
Hi, Anna. I was just, I had a question, but it was like sort of related to the prop thing.
Okay.
But other than like what the keepsakes that you might have gotten from the show, what about like wardrobe? And I was curious, what happened to Bo's car?
Are you accusing her?
Did
She was
someone,
nowhere near.
at the end of the series, did someone, take it?
Let's go back to transport.
I believe Jay Firestone probably still has that car. He was our executive producer.
I think the question is, what did you steal from the
What
set?
did I steal? Well,
What can you admit?
it was kind of given to me. I have a
Or
lot.
did you have a favorite outfit that you wanted to tape?
You know, I have so many of Bo's clothes. The thing is, I live in Southern California, so it's too hot there to wear them. But I have a lot of her stuff. I mean, I am wearing her shoes right now, her boots. I have a lot of her lingerie. I have jackets, I have the knife, I have a lot of stuff that was custom made for me too. So that's kind of cool to have.
How about anybody else on the cast that might have taken pictures?
Yeah, I heard
Are you a
actually.
cop?
Because the show was so awesome as far as the props and
Yeah.
what the
No, I'm
people
with
were
you.
using. I was wondering, like did Tanzin want a certain artifact or did
Was it a free for all at the end? Where you
Tyson
just grab it like supermarket sweep?
It was. I mean, everything was tailored for us. And trust me, when you try clothes on in a wardrobe fitting, and then they're like, "We'll take this and do this," and they put all these pins, and then you go to try it on again, and it looks amazing. You're like, "Wow, everyone should just get their clothes tailored." And that's really neat. But when things are made for you like that, it's nice to be able to take them home. So everyone kind of got to keep. Chris got to keep a lot of his stuff. Rick, I think, everyone did.
Tweet at him, ask for quick pictures. We gotta get through these last few
Actually-
questions real quick.
Her name's Tamsin. I'm not just calling her Tamsin. Do you mind bringing my purse over? And I'll show you guys what one of my little crew gifts was for the crew.
In the meantime,
yes.
what is your question?
Was Bo written in a specific age range? Because I found it very refreshing that she wasn't like a young
Super young.
teenager. Or was it they were just searching for the right actress and then they found you?
I believe it was the latter part, because Bo was originally 22.
And you were only 18 when you
And I
started.
was like 15.
Yeah.
She was originally 22. I was much older than 22. I was 35 when I booked the show. So I always say I booked my ingenue role at 35. So they made her, I think, 29 or something, or 28 or something slightly more realistic. But yeah, she was originally supposed to be a bit younger, but I like that she wasn't super young because she had that past, and a lot of pain from that past. She had to be a fully blossomed woman, I think.
Awesome, thanks. I think you were really well cast.
Thank you very much. I'll show you guys this. This was what I had made for the crew. It's my car, it's Bo's car. Every crew member has one of these, and it has a little engraving on the back. I gave them other stuff too. I wanted them to have.
Yes, Captain America.
So I loved that at the center of the show was a really healthy female relationship between you and Kenzie, and I loved how they stayed respectful of that through the whole series. And so it made me curious, do you know what the ratio of women to men writers was on the show?
Well, it was different every season. We had like a core group of writers that were pretty much always there, and then different people brought in. I don't know. There was a lot of female writers on the show.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a lot of feminist perspective that went into writing it.
There was, but there was also from the male writers too. Each writer brought something different, and the thing about being a writer.
I can't wait to hear it.
I don't know anything about it. But I do imagine it's hard to come onto an existing show and find the voice of characters in a really honest way. Sometimes, if we had a new writer come on and I would see the script come with their name on it, I think, okay, let's see. Let's not like see how they do. It's not that. It's just that it's a hard thing to do. And I have to say that 9 times out of 10 with almost every script I read, it was pretty bang on. They brought some great people in, and if anything felt a little bit off,